All right, so we're gonna talk about this woman one more time. So personally, y'all know how I feel about her. However, there was this word that kept coming up, and I didn't understand it, and it came up a lot, enough for me to finally look it up. Finally, I've seen it one too many times. This is the word here. It's Baphomet, and it is a deity that is worshipped. It was worshipped by the Knights Templar. I guess somehow throughout the years it became, a devil in a sense. I mean, but it basically means, a perfect society in one way, shape, form, or another. Now, many groups can take this idea and I guess pray to this deity or summon this deity or worship this deity, whatever the case may be. And at the end of the day, as of today, when this is most likely looked at, it has to do with devil worship. I'm not saying it has to do with devil worship. I'm saying as of today, that's what it's most associated with when we see this. That's kind of what we think. I can't say all of us, but you know what I'm trying to say. So all the times that I looked at this video, I always wondered why she did her hands like that. I mean, I always did. I didn't know that gesture or the way that she's holding her hands. I didn't know that that's what she was doing. I've never heard of the term before. I didn't know that that's what it was called when I didn't know that's what that was called. So, but I always wondered, what is she doing? Why is she holding her fingers like that? But at the same time, everybody's different. So maybe that's just her way of doing things. And it still could be her way of doing things. However, since y'all brought it up to me so many times, I now looked it up and I do feel like I sort of do have an answer as to why she was holding her hands like that. Now it seems obvious. I mean, I don't know any other way to really look at it. It kind of just sort of answered my question. Whether or not I'm right or wrong, I have no idea. But I'm just saying that now I have a name to what it seems like the gesture she was doing. And now that this aspect I am now approaching, I have to approach my way of thinking as well. I have to look at how I'm now looking at this situation. So now my question about this entire situation is, was the reptilian stuff or not human stuff just a lie so she can do whatever it is that she thinks she's doing, waving those symbols around it the way that she's waving them? Now, again, I'm not saying that she's doing anything. I'm just saying, let's go this route now, because now we have to think about it. We're talking about supernatural no matter what. So now we have to go this other direction, since it seems like this is the direction that all of this was about, which was her getting up and waving her hands how she does. So let's go that route and say that, right, like this whole devil stuff is real. Did she just hex everybody on that half of the plane or the entire plane? We'll never know, because we don't know how the lives of every person on that plane will end, or how their lives will go from this moment on this plane on, unless they come out with their own stories. You know what I mean? We'll never know. But that's not the point. We don't have to know. Like, she knows and the deity knows, right? And that's all that matters. So what was the point of all of that? I no longer know at this point. I don't know if there was a reptilian. I don't know if there was a shapeshifter. I don't know if any of that was anything at all. And she just used that as an excuse to do what she did, because I can't unsee what she did. I always seen it. I just didn't know what the hell it was until many of you pointed it out. I had no idea, but now it's pretty hard to unsee it. So that's just kind of where I'm at. I'm bringing it to y'all's attention. This is just another conspiracy theory. We're now going in this direction. Cool, so be it. That's just the way that it's going to go. We could go wherever it needs to go, but we'll be there. So now I'm just asking that question now. What was all that about? Not the yelling and the ranting. What was all of that hand gesture stuff about? What was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? What was the point of that? Was it just to get out a social message like Freemasons are here? Like, what was it some sort of like, what was she doing? What was she doing when she was doing that? That was weird, right? It's all weird. So we're just asking other weird questions, coming up with other weird scenarios. But what was all that about? Anybody have any ideas? Just let me know what you think, as usual.